What's up, everybody? Bullseye 526 here. Late, I know. Hey, bro. Yeah, we had lagging issues yesterday, so I'm gonna do it the right way. So it'll be nice and clear. 8.4. Because I fucked up. Well, anyway, you know, semantics.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Ooh, I'm so close to the end. Hold up. So I'm close to the end of the game. Good to know. If I had to pick one, I'll pick the big light. So I'm close to the end of the game. So Tyler was right. That was true. Shoot is flat. I don't care. It's very out of place. I kind of know and better.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in the machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
This man aimed up.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion.
I mean, the outfit at least makes his hair look normal
Regardless,
to me.
we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy.
Oh, man.
That said, we should retrieve the
Renis
Renaissance.
with that haircut without the mask.
Because
it
right
looks
now,
off-putting.
we need that most of all.
That makes sense. This suit estimates the free cases.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alfred, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
It's called twins. I feel like I'm playing Star Ocean right now.
What is this?
I'm not even kidding.
Who the hell are
There's
they?
less Tails and more Star Ocean.
Are they even people?
It's so much
At this
for
point.
sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
It's kind of iron.
They're not feeling particularly confident.
It's no use, Elfin. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
I had to say this one thing, but one thing I gotta hate already. After these three bosses that all had the same health bar. I can get it, but I'm trying to kind of lazy too.
Here goes!
Azure Storm! Incinerate Blade!
How about this?
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing art to overcome this.
I owe you one. Take this! I'm not done!
Grant me the strength to march on!
Dragon Swarm! Burn!
Lionheart!
Here I come!
I never miss!
Dragon Swarm!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing march to accomplish this. Flaming meteor! Resurrection!
Their offspring.
And here.
Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Dragon form! Regenerate! Explosive ring! To march on! Lion heart! Dragon swarm! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Breath of life! Heal my weary companion! Incineration wave! Grant me the strength to march on! Lion heart! Azure storm!
Here, let me help.
You're mine!
Grant me the strength to march
Ignite!
on!
Azure storm! Dragon swarm!
Eat dirt! That'll bring you down.
Breath of life! Heal my
smash
weary
you!
companion!
Azure storm!
Annihilation!
Cure!
Mega ray! By the power of
You're
water!
mine!
By the power of
No odds of being interrupted!
You picked the wrong fight!
Regenerate!
I owe you one.
Another incantation ruined!
water! Hear my power!
But that whole one swipe is room, whole combo.
Denied! I'm just getting started! Annihilation!
Nigga here said that nigga.
Azure storm! Incineration wave! Azure storm! Incineration wave! Azure storm!
Glimmer dragon!
Incineration
Eagle of cold!
Dragon form!
Strength to march on!
Here, let me help. This one's mine.
Why not do that?
Azure storm!
Here's
Dragon form! Not today! Azure storm!
I swear it's for Roddy plays this
Where are you
game.
going?
Game. All
Azure
this.
storm! Incineration wave!
Happening.
You'll pay for that!
From
Feeling
beyond,
that.
imbue this vanquished soul with light! I can carve through armor! Grant me the
Azure
strength
storm!
to march on!
Incineration wave!
Go ahead, Bob. Didn't work.
Azure storm!
Oh, he's down though.
Burning strike.
Y'all, let's stay alive for a minute.
Water.
This should do it!
Unlock. Well, that was it.
Azure storm! Azure storm! Azure storm!
Soaring blast!
Dragon there!
Eagle ray!
Burn! Azure storm!
Prepare to be sealed! Can't get out of this! They'll find us long ago!
My natural defenses are
to march
fading.
on!
I'm a sitting duck.
Lion heart! Retreat from this battle!
Retreat? I would never.
Azure storm!
Here's a healing heart.
Azure storm!
Engulfs you!
Incineration wave!
Down on the ground!
Azure storm!
Raging lunar storm!
Here's the evil.
Azure storm!
Now you see what I can do! I'm ready!
Done me! In an instant!
Impact block!
Gravitas field.
That was fun.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
This was much like Tiffany and Diamond and Pearl recently.
Astral energy.
What I mean by much like.
Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
It self-destructed.
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there. Who said you could touch that?
This
Damn it! He's awake! I should have thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
Man, got a bone to pick.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Never say he's his rival character.
You think?
Yeah, I was probably wrong.
Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a
slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Dana are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Renna this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alma!
This is a sudden explosion. You would know where it came from, honestly.
Too late! You can't stay here!
We need to go! Alfred!
Dumbass Giffen looking back. It's time to run, you run. Okay, I'll do funny and start running the other way. Jingle eyes and hilarious. A running jump. Here we go, Richard.
Go. But no, I will be your shadow no no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything, who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Good.
Are you two okay?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can
Unlikely.
but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs
Yes, by
holed up in the
dialogue.
motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Brennans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day?
How about you, Shion? Doherty? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena, and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renaissance too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
I'm gonna be that guy and say this. We really need to backtrack that whole conversation that could have been had before. Just point it out here. It's kind of redundant information. Yeah, matter of fact, speaking of skits, there's hardly any funny ones in this game. Have to admit. Okay, let's go.
No
choice. Grant me the strength to march on. Lion Heart. Ignite.
Tornado confiscated.
Now after being interrupted, it's too late to talk over our differences.
Now you'll learn!
Breath of life. Heal my weary companion. Grant me the strength to march on. Dragon Form. Do back. Stand back. I'll trip it out. We did it! Azure Storm! Acceleration Wave! Azure Storm! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Bestow thy mystic mercy! I owe you one! Grant me the strength to march on! Lion Incineration Wave! The Force! Take this! Here I come! Grant me the strength to march on! Do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
I need to be stronger.
Hey!
I have a bad feeling about this.
Strength to march on!
That'll bring you down.
Lion Heart! Burn it down!
I'm going to need to use these ones can run rings around us.
Far enough! My armor won't save you!
Make it rain! Astral energy!
Say no more! Now! Goodbye!
Finish without a blizzard blow!
Raining slash!
I'll take you all on!
You gotta shoot the over limit.
Flares and Balasha!
Azure Storm! Dragon Form!
Tiger Blade! I'm going to need to use all the power of my
The
healing
blade inside me yearns to be lit! I'm ready!
Get toasty!
Burn strike! My turn! Heal my weary companion! Azure Storm! No further!
I owe you. Glacial Shield! Here's evil!
Ignite!
Ground and power!
Azure Storm!
Make it
Grant me
rain!
the strength!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Transcendent Pebble. That thing's going down fast. Nope. I have my pride. Staying up.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Azure Storm!
Ready to go! Hear my call!
Dragon Form! Dragon Form!
The normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Explosive Ray! It's too much! Dragon Form! Boost of regeneration!
This one's mine!
Grant me the Dragon Form! Explosive Ray!
Rising storm!
Plasma Shock!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Tiger Blade!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Azure Storm! Grant me the strength to march on! Azure Storm! The flame
bring you
inside
down.
me yearns to be let free! Ha! Burn in hell! To march on! Slash the shock!
Their arcs were interrupted.
Slash the shock! Grant me the strength to march on!
On guard!
Hurricane Strike!
Searing Gale!
Lightning Strike! Hurricane
Azure
Strike!
Storm!
Here is Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Azure Storm!
Hurricane Strike!
Annihilation Wave!
Lightning Strike!
Azure Storm!
Take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Azure Storm!
Can't get out of this!
Azure Storm!
Nothing gets by me!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
That'll teach us for getting cocky.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Water, hear my call!
Azure Storm!
Blaze of
Grant me the strength. Your reflexes will not serve you well.
Might feel like I'm short now at this point.
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
Dragon Sword! Here I come! I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Not a chance!
Grant me the strength to march on.
Mega ray!
Thanks!
Make it ray! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! Not a chance! I'm not done!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Sorry, just a bit level up. Before I forget. I do this every time I play it. But, yeah.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out.
Pitch dark.
Think
pitch
it has
black.
something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Joe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
Listen.
No time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do
riot.
that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Technically you, Alphen.
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah, very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Did it say anything? I did say
Why
that
hasn't the
same thing.
Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's
But
going on?
he is technically the highest
Is
ranking
it
person.
over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Elda Menancia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid, as people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among men. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Very well timed speech. A brighter tomorrow awaits. All the lights come on. Very well
Your
timed.
speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
See my bro meant my death by
You?
dog.
You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnagain's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them.
Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Kind of opposite experience. We got more and more dialogue as the story goes on in here. Less and less of it. Oh, whatever. Break my head about that. That's Orlando.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
Mr. Good, you didn't do nothing, Renbo.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master, that's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
You know, I hate when you say that, Law. I really do. Them the best weapons, I guess. Roasted chicken, kebab, grilled rapi.
Easy peasy. I knew I could handle it.
Sweet.
Hoodle, no, that's mine.
Never thought I'd see you fighting Hoodle over food of all things. Normally, you share everything you have with him.
Yeah, but this is a fancy parfait. Every girl dreams of having one of these.
Is it really that big of a deal?
Please don't bring me into this.
It's always nice to eat something that fulfilling.
I can't believe I actually get to have it all for myself.
Even Hoodle looks
Every
unimpressed.
little bite makes me so happy.
But isn't that parfait gonna cost you quite a lot more than your regular ice cream choice?
That's all the more reason for me to enjoy it. Everyone knows it takes lots and lots of sweets to stay full of energy.
Everybody, a cream monster has devoured Rinwell.
At times such as these, it would be best to just let her do
might
what she
have said it
wishes.
the wrong way, so
Yeah,
let me not
definitely.
go. Let me say anything right there.
Dohalim's right. If someone's trying to enjoy their favorite food, just leave them to it and don't bother them.
Yep, can't argue with that.
I don't get women.
So good.
All right. Run down. Gotta be feeling all peppy and shit. Oh, no, Halim. I guess I really got a new sword. Or just play the game. Or really got a whole new sword. Or did I say that last time? I forget. My brain. I've been working. I didn't work 10-hour shift at work. I should know better. Or that's Nice looking sword. I don't know. This is all fancy stuff, but I really like the armor aesthetic with the mask. Cannot forget the mask. It just looks weird out with his bare. I mean, I'll say this again. This he's cool in because you know his bare face and the whole suit. It looks fine, but kind of this, it does not look right without the mask. Take care, Pharaoh. Stay safe out there. What the fuck do I net like? Definitely authorized personnel. Forced to go straight to Rena.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissance. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What?
Jump scare. Well, there goes my choice, I imagine. I just got ported.
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
No shit.
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
Okay.
A flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
This ain't no Final Fantasy bullshit. This is more Star Ocean bullshit, bro. This is more Star Ocean bullshit.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Final Fantasy came first. Final Fantasy was never in space, so that's irrelevant. The original Final Fantasy was not a spacefaring thing. That stuff came much later. Try again.
Ah, Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The thorns. My bad.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people. Does it ever get lonely sometimes?
I'm not sure about that. There's a lot of games
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms.
Saying that started with Chrono Trigger.
It was either accept it for what it was or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live.
Everything we know did it first.
Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
This is really the best time talking about this.
I know I'm not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I get rid of these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise.
Aww. Oh, since you forget, you pointed the gun at the little girl. Come on, girl.
Boo!
Ah! What the? Are you out of your mind? This
So
isn't
now
the time for games,
all the
Rinwell.
clownery skills want to begin at the
Come on.
10th hour.
How am
where
I
it's
supposed
serious.
to resist with
The
you
fuck
looking
level
all
logic is
jittery
that?
like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. You ought to try it sometime.
Yeah, but seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
Smooth. Curiosity.
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
Just need a mag beam to do
That beam of light joining Dana and Rena. It was the Renan side that it first came from, right?
That's what it looked like. And then the Danon side responded.
Perhaps it was some kind of directive from the Renan homeworld? To reawaken the Wedge and Lenegis?
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena after all. But what are they after? Is it really worth going through all this trouble just to steal Dana's energy?
Try to stay calm. With so many factors we don't understand, dwelling on it won't get us anywhere. What is it?
No, it's just... Zephyr once told me the same thing.
Hearing a lot about
So
Zephyr.
much for me making progress, huh?
You made it this far, didn't you? You notice something, you change it. That's all anyone can do. But you can't stand still in the meantime.
The only way up. Brazil up. They're staying here for now. I think. I was about to just fix what I messed up yesterday. Not start a whole new shebang out here. But actually, how far does this go, bro? I'll ask you. How long is this? Then I decide if I could proceed or not. I have to wake up early fucking morning. So I ask you, how long is this? If it's too long, it ends now. If it isn't, if it's a little, it was dialogue in a boss fight, and then back to the ship and on to Rena, I could probably manage that. If it isn't that quick, I'm done. So, bro, how's in your hand? What's popping? What's going on here? Tell me. We're taking this sweet ass time, so let's see what we got here. Whoop. 2 hours. You got me. This part along the dialogue is like 2 hours. Yeah, that's just on the ship. Well, you heard him now. This is it. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Let me say it. You got me fucked up. Yeah, Alpha. That's right. I'm done for today. Nigga said, I'm sorry. You had 2 hours. 2 hours. Hell nah. You got me fucked up. Man said, you know, I don't skip dialogue, bro. That's my problem. I like it merciless. I don't skip dialogue, but I ain't skipping it. I'll just do it next Monday. After Thanksgiving. I just want to get that part I fucking had lag on resolved. And I guess make this part whatever that's gonna happen on this ship, the next part. I guess after that, it's done. I'm done with the game. That little finale. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all like the stream? Yeah. Review shit's enough for me. I'm gonna sleep because get up at 5 in the morning. Get ready for work for another 10-hour shift. I probably will stream tomorrow. Just a literal do anything stream tomorrow. Maybe some Halo or just talk. We shall see. Or do a whole what are you thankful for?